Start off immediately because I just seen this shit right now. Did y'all see a few weeks ago? We had a Lil Wayne who appeared on Undisputed. By the way, Lil Wayne is really good friends with Skip Bayless for whatever reason. Lil Wayne, Skip Bayless. You know, he makes the intro songs for Undisputed, and they have a really unique relationship, right? Let me put this right here. And I don't know. I thought it was like people trying to be funny and go viral, so I didn't pick up on it at all. But there were videos and stills of, like, you know, the him being on the debate show with Skip, and I don't know. Like, listen, y'all know me. I got a natural chipmunk face. That's just what it is. I don't know what it is. Like, when I was younger, I don't even know if y'all know what this is, but maybe this is some Caribbean or Jamaican shit. They used to clown me like, yo, I look like I got mums or got bitten by bees. I always had, like, puffy cheeks type shit. You feel me? However, Wayne, who's usually has a very distinct look, he looked like he almost had like 15 acorns in his fucking cheeks. And that alarmed certain people because, of course, we love Wayne. And we care about his health more than anything else. He's given us so much great music, so much great moments that even when, and we all know, remember when he basically was telling us he's about to kick the cup, and all his music was saying, hey, I'm really being this creative because I'm off the drugs. But we start hearing about seizures and other things. We're like, fuck it. He's given us enough. We want this man to survive. Also, there was a time that he was actually in the hospital where TMZ actually inaccurately reported that he had died. So we're like, yo, fuck all that shit. You did your time. We want our legends to last until old age. You know what I mean? Obviously, he has a beautiful daughter and other kids, and we want to see him, you know, age gracefully. He's also one of those very dope people who have ran the game, but he don't seem like he's thirsty for attention or like, you know, he can't handle not being the number one guy. He's given Drake his blessings. He's never been a hater. Actually, he's just been in his own world. He's somebody who I think is the definition of dealing with all of that, the height of fame, and maybe losing that, or maybe there's another guy. He dealt with it with class, and I love Wayne for that. Anyway, I just seen this pop up. And Tyga just put this on story, and I don't know. Y'all tell me if I'm tripping. Is Wayne looking a little bit, I don't know what's going on. So he just put this up. Didn't Tyga? Wait, where is it? Oh, it's here. He just put up this clip of Wayne interviewing him. And I don't know, Wayne's face is a little different, don't it? Am I tweaking on phone him? Looks a little bit different.
When it comes to them verses and them features, you're already.
Voice sound the same.
No. It's a certain.
Now, you know, I don't want to be ignorant too. I don't know if there's an underlying health issue. I don't know if whatever. I've seen some people say it might be wisdom tooth work, which I don't know. Could you be like 40 and getting wisdom tooth work? I don't know what the fuck. Anyway, actually, Wayne's not 40, by the way. I think ain't Wayne younger than Nicki? Or some crazy shit like that. Anyway, you know, we're only bringing this up because, you know, obviously we care about our legends, especially Wayne.
Admit is a me that I turn on for features that I do not know what the hell goes on.
Sure.
I don't know that guy. Just know that he always comes through.
I know when it comes to me, whenever I sing you songs, I'm very selective, and I'm like, 'cause I just know like this one right here is gonna spark some. This is gonna wake.
He had his wisdom tooth removed. Really? Well, this swelling, like, he was on, well, there's a few things that I would look at. Number one, the eyes, but he smokes a lot. You know, somebody gave me some interest in education recently, but they were talking about something completely unrelated. They were like, yo, when you look at people's eyes, the eye color could tell you a lot about people's health. If someone's like, the white of the eye, if it's yellowish, that means your liver is failing. If it's reddish, it could mean that you're smoking, or there could be meaning other things. Anyway, obviously his eyes look a little odd, but I think it's just the cheek and the lips. They look a little swollen. I don't know, but apparently I'm gonna take your word from it if y'all saying that he got some wisdom tooth work done like in the last month or so. But the swelling seemed like it's persistent. I don't know if the swelling, if it's normal. Again, I don't even think I've ever gotten my wisdom tooth pulled out. I don't think so. Did I? I don't know. But yeah, I'm just concerned for Wayne because I think Wayne went through a lot of trials and tribulations. And by the way, I think Wayne is also a living representation. Again, I love Wayne, but still, we got to say, face tattoos age horribly. I've never seen nobody who they age great on. Like, oh shit, yeah, that looks amazing when you're like 40 or 45 or 50. Never seen it. And I think even here we're kind of starting to see it. But anyway, somebody said, nah, that ain't that. It's 3 to 5 days max for the swelling. There's some other shit. I'm wondering what's going on. Somebody said, remember when he had that seizure in 2013? That was scary. Of course it was scary, but remember, he was on the lean back then. I don't really see, like, by the way, people still do drink, but I don't see a lot of people promoting lean like they used to. I think the last person who kind of like almost disavowed it was like Future. And he probably does sip from time to time, but like there was a time where at least culturally, if you were hearing through the music, people were acting like they did lean all day, all night. Somebody says, nah, he only looked like that because he's eating those Bun B burgers. He's not getting fat. He's not fat. Just to let you know. It's not like he's gaining weight and now he's retaining fat in his face. No, he's not fat. So that's why I'm specifically asking about this, because Wayne has never been fat. And if you look at his body, I don't know if you'll see a full body shot. He's not fat.
He gonna be like, you know what? Yeah, today I chose that today. I chose violence today. So I'm yeah, you know, so I try to find those songs that you just know, you know what I'm saying?
I think me featuring on someone's song and killing the verse is just as sure as this man putting a hit out, a crazy single that is just as.
Now, if it was weight gain, that's fine. That's absolutely fine. You know what I mean? By the way, as people age, metabolism slow down. A lot of these guys have been abusing drugs for years. Your metabolism probably won't be good in their 40s and 50s, and you might gain weight. That is kind of normal. So you could gain some weight just off the fact that your metabolism isn't that fast. You're maybe not doing as much athletic activity, and that could still be healthy, at least if it's within reason, right? Yeah, I'm just hoping it's something like that, right? But his body don't look fat.
Sure as that, man. For real. What Snoop said, these motherfuckers right here we don't miss, man.
Somebody said you can't fake lean. Shit's like $600 a bottle at minimum. They still selling lean? $600 a bottle? I've never heard a 40-year-old get their wisdom teeth done. Like at this point, nigga, if I never got them done, this is a wrap for me. Somebody said he also had perms in his body, so he probably had to have surgery to remove them. Oh, okay. Oh, the fucking mayor 33 said he is addressing it, and he says it's okay. By the way, what I give him credit for is that a lot of artists, whether it's by health conditions or whatever, or aging or just metabolism slowing down, when they gain weight, we've seen people not want to be on camera. Like, for example, one of the reasons they claim that Eminem doesn't show himself a lot, Eminem used to go through these weird and very different fluctuations in weight, and when he was a little bit plus size or if he gained some weight, he would not want to be filming. He does not want to be seen, right? He would wait until he could cut the weight, and then he'll be seen, right? But shit, I respect, if it's just some weight gain, fuck it. I respect Wayne for, like, Wayne's a legend at this point. Who gives a fuck, right?
I mean, when it comes to them verses and them features, you already know. It's a certain, I admit, is a me that I turn on for features that I do not know what the hell.
Now, I seen and shout out to the Too Cool to Blog. They had posted some, I think it's a longer clip, talk about Tyga speaks on his formula for longevity with Wayne. I guess Wayne is back doing his podcast thing. I like when Wayne talks. Wayne has such been a, he's the guy who coined, like, I am not the same, I am a Martian. Like, he's always been like this outer worldly, I'm in my own zone type of person. So to hear him even talk, even sports, I like it. But when he's talking with his contemporaries or people who looked up to him or people who came from him, I like hearing that too. And I'm going to be honest with you. You have to, like, of the guys who would possibly be in the top 10 rappers of all time, which to me, Wayne is definitely top 10 rappers of all time. Name someone who comes across humbler than Wayne. And I know you might look at it like, no, he wasn't humble when he said best rapper alive. I don't think that was a lack of humbleness. I think that was just him stating his claim to the throne because he was putting in the work. But I think he's super humble. Like if you watch him and listen to him, I don't never hear like in all these conversations about verses and this and third, he ain't never jump out and be like, yo, what y'all saying T.I. could go against? Like he's never done none of that. He just kept it calm. He's super humble to me.
For longevity.
Somebody said that was shooting at Jay. I don't think. I mean, part of it was shooting at Jay, and I think Birdman helped make it that when he said, "I'm the best rapper alive." But it was basically like, sometimes people be stuck on the past that they forget to analyze what's going on in the future. Like, you probably think that LeBron called himself the king, which I guess, like sometimes you gotta stake your claim to the throne, and it's not like a diss to the last guy that held the throne, but niggas will be dick riding shit from like past centuries and past eras. It was Wayne's era. He was the best. He's the best rapper alive. All right, let's listen to this.
You just told him you've been in this shit since 17. And you already
stand in the studio.
Exactly.
Somebody said no, he waited till Jay retired. First of all, didn't Jay got him basically almost like retired like a few times, but anyway, 2005 was the most notorious one, right? Because he went out with a Black album. Or 2004, he went out with a Black album. And if we want to talk about Wayne's run, it's 2000. Obviously, he's been in the game since the 90s, but 2005, that's when he's dropping Go DJ Fireman. Go DJ Fireman. Okay, that's like Carter 2, right? 2005, around that. And then he goes on insane mixtape run, the hottest nigga for the next like 2-3 years. And then 2008, he drops Carter 3. I think that nigga has a real claim to the throne. I'm sorry.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Like, I feel like watching you, that was the first time that, like you said, I had ever been on tour, on like a tour bus or anything like that, really moving around. And to have so much going on, have success going on, you shooting videos, but wherever we was at, you would make sure, like, we going to the studio tonight. All right, we got a show. We in Buffalo tonight. We gonna get off stage. You gonna...
Hey, chat. I think one synonymous thing about most greats in any sport is the workaholic like theme. People who work longer, work at odd times, they put in more work than others. And I've always said you cannot envy a nigga for getting more accolades than you or getting more than you've gotten if they work harder than you. If me and you got the same 24 hours, but you talking to bitches for 10 hours, you over here fucking off playing video games for 5 hours, and you only put in 2 hours of work every day, and I put in 10, you should applaud me for anything I get for me getting that out of working 10 times harder than you, right? Wayne was one of those workaholics. Even though Pac died at 25, right? Was it 25? I think so, right? Pac died in his 20s. Pac was a workaholic. Pac's a workaholic. Wayne's a workaholic. Name some people who are just workaholics. Like, for their craft, they're studio rats. Who? Name some more people. Please. Future too. I kind of also got to give it to Thug too. And even though I think Thug kind of revolutionized this work ethic type of era, because he'd record a lot and people would be like, yeah, he's recording a lot, but is it quality? But still, he recorded way more than his contemporaries. Somebody said YB? Yeah, I'll say YB. Yeah, YB's a workaholic. YB clearly is a workaholic. Fresh Out of the Bank says Dirk. He's a workaholic because he's not the most talented, but he works hard. Really? Okay. Gucci Man. Okay, Gucci Man's a good... hey, Ali B. Rage, thank you for that. You're right. Gucci Man seems like that person, right? Why y'all keep spamming Kobe? Of course, Kobe in basketball, duh. People say Tory. Tory's a workaholic too. You know, I always say, man, hard work beats talent when talent don't work hard. Man, when I first came in this shit, when it came to media, I was looking at all these people who were just so well trained on how to be on the mic. They knew how to do intros and outros and segues and whatever. And they were so professional and blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, fuck. Like, maybe these guys are just naturally talented. You know, I was a Jamaican kid coming into the culture or just even coming into doing entertainment, period. And I spoke fast. This is why I had said something to Flacco about like stuttering, and it's not like I wasn't scolding him because I stutter still at times. But when I first came in, I used to speak so fast, and that happens for a lot of immigrants who come over here. I used to speak so fast you wouldn't be able to understand me, hear me, or comprehend me. But I knew what I was saying. I had to learn to slow it down, and for me that came a repetition. You had to practice it, keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going. People always ask me, when the funniest thing, they'd be like, yo, where did that come from? I said, well, I did my intro like 100,000 times. I didn't make 100,000 videos, but I did it 100,000 times. So because I said that 100,000 times, I started speeding it up to get to the rest of the video. So I'm really saying it's your boy DJ Akademiks. Check it out. But I've said it so many times, I crunched it in like 1 second. That's repetition. Repetition is putting in work. Repetition usually is working. Even if you don't think you're the most talented, you got to put in the reps. And, I never thought I was the most talented, but I always thought I was the hardest worker. And before Will Smith was exposed to be like some gay cuck, I used to he used to talk about The Secret, and he used to talk about, he's like, yo, listen, the thing that differentiates me and someone else, he said the same thing too. He's like, I don't think I'm the most talented person in the world, but if you put me on a treadmill next to somebody else, I'll run till I die. I don't know if they will. And it was about sacrifices he would make to try to make it. So I always took that approach, but I always appreciated the rappers who were workaholics. Wayne was one. We talked about Gucci. We talked about a few others. Anyway, let me finish this clip. And by the way, after this, we're going to get into our first topic because this wasn't the first topic.
On rock 20,000 people. You got the studio right after. And if we can't go to the studio, we got the studio bus.
Yeah.
So it was just more like, it was just a work ethic, I feel like. You know what I'm saying? Just staying consistent and staying obsessed with it and loving it. I feel like a lot of people fall out of love with it. And that's why motherfuckers fall off, or people just aren't as consistent or not as tapped in. Like, it ain't even about like for the money or like nothing. It's just the love. It's just the support of the, you know what I mean?
Because I get that. I get what's interesting about that, what you're saying about the love. I get it from two people that's not rappers.
Okay. Hold on. Hold on 1 second. Okay. All right. Welcome everybody. That was like a pre-topic. I had just seen Wayne, and I was, just kind of concerned about his health based on how he looked. But we are here. I'll give you a rundown of what topics I kind of have got planned for you guys. And if I miss something, you guys could definitely bring it to the table. So, what I do have on my agenda, we obviously have a lot more Diddy stuff to talk about. I also have an interesting angle of how we're going to be speaking about this today. I'm just tired of the frauds lying about why they're not speaking about Diddy. It really bothers me. I hate fraud shit. And I'm hearing a lot of these motherfuckers now, they're copping all type of pleas. Hey, why would we talk about something where if we talk about it, we don't really know? Man, stop it. That's y'all jobs. Y'all been doing it for other niggas. Why is he the exception? I seen certain people kind of mention lawsuits. Come on, man. Most of y'all have been in this game longer than me and way more, you're way more, complex in how you deal with shit than me. If there was a lawsuit to be given, nigga, I would have got it. Like, listen, y'all could talk about this shit. Y'all just don't want to but you're being facetious on the reason why. I actually believe a few things. I believe the majority of these niggas who are unwilling to speak about Diddy, I think they guilty too. I'm sorry. Nigga, if you talk again, I'm excusing anybody who, when these type of topics come about with anybody else, they don't talk about it. But if you talk about these type of topics with every nigga but Diddy, you guilty too, nigga. Especially if you knew Diddy, Diddy signed you, Diddy paid you, you used to make music for him, you guilty too. I'm sorry to tell you, brother. Something ain't right. The math ain't mathing. If you keep in the same energy, because like I heard somebody that was like, yo, well, we don't know if he did it or not. But they don't want to talk about that. Again, nobody ever said for you to say he did it or not. Are you going to talk about how odd and how weird these allegations are? And are you going to talk about how these victims may be hurting and maybe how someone of Diddy's stature and power could be forcing and changing the narrative or preventing people from speaking? You ain't going to talk about that? Nobody wants to talk about it. Anyway, so I kind of got a theory. The majority of niggas who don't want to talk about this shit, either they got maybe allegations that are similar to Diddy, and it is true. Like, think about this, right? Say, let me just make up some shit. Say, I don't know. Say I'm a scammer, right? I'm making this up. Say I'm a scammer, and I scam, I don't know, I scam luxury stores, right? And another nigga I know get caught up for scamming luxury stores. I might not be the loudest voice because I know I'm scamming luxury stores too. Do you get what I'm saying? So like, I'm just watching everybody and I'm like, yo, listen, everybody seems so fake and so fraud because they're not saying the same thing when it ain't Diddy. Let it be another nigga. Let it be another nigga. They got all the commentary in the world. Only with Diddy, they're exercising the most amount. We've never seen when anybody else has been accused where they're like, yo, we can't comment, we don't know. With this, we can't comment, we don't know. And I'm like, really? That's odd. It's not my man, Joe. And by the way, it's not only Joe. By the way, I heard Joe talk a little bit about it recently too. And by the way, I talked to Joe too. Joe flagrantly told me, like, Joe was like, yo, listen, man, you see what happened with the Drake shit. I'm down to speak up, but will everybody else speak up? Because when I speak up, they wrap the noose around my head. Niggas wanted to tell Drake his album was mid. Nobody spoke up. I said some shit. They act like I was the only one who criticized the nigga. So Joe is not opposed to speak, whatever. And by the way, I just heard a clip. Joe was speaking a little bit. But we're not just talking about Joe Budden and one person. There's like, all these media personalities, all they do is gossip. Like, just like I gossip, they gossip too. If it was, put like this, just ask yourself this. If it was Akademiks, what would these pussy niggas say? You think they would give me this grace? Oh, you know what? We should not talk about this. Exactly. So I'm just looking at them and we're going to get into a little realm on why we believe the quietness is so pervasive. Anyway, we're going to talk about that. YSL trial, we got to talk about that a little bit. We didn't talk about I feel like we did a little bit, but we didn't really fully get into the Kanye West trying to buy a little Dirk out. We'll get into that. By the way, Dirk was in some recent shit with Spotify Wrapped. We'll talk about that as well. We didn't get to 6ix9ine thing last time, but 6ix9ine versus Alafoke, like there's actually a whole explanation video from, I believe, Alafoke, and I think 6ix9ine too. I need a translator for that. We got King Von's sister kind of speaking about some shit. Blueface, he's in some drama. We'll talk about that. YNW Melly mom just announced she got her OnlyFans. Holy. And Bad Baby, she pregnant. Also, Honeycomb Brazy, he apologized to Jay Prince. And Sue Surf, New Jersey native, actually took a plea in his RICO case and got sentenced. All right? So, I feel like we have a pretty decent amount of topics. If you didn't hear a topic that you cared about, you should probably... Brittany Bitch says they named Dirk in the O Block trial. Hey, Brittany, come on, send me the info. Like, yo, don't hoard the info. Send the info over here. By the way, it's harder to track the O Block federal trial without having someone in court because transcripts won't be available for weeks after the trial. You can't film the trial. And, you know, sometimes they'll be very tight with seating and who could be there. So basically, a lot of these federal trials, it's hard to document as opposed to the YSL trial. We got mad videos, mad people up in the YSL trial, okay? All right.